Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll show you how to create a knowledge-based AI agent from scratch without using any code. You could use this AI agent for training your team, helping customers, getting new leads, or doing research, whatever your goal is. And the best part is that you can train this AI agent on your company specific data, so it gives relevant answers and not just generic ones. Also, in addition to building the AI agent, I'll also show you how to deploy it on a website so you could easily add it to your own website. If you're new to this channel and don't know who I am, my name is Sandeep Kaista. I run my own AI development and automation agency called FlipBytes, where we help businesses, big and small, identify how they can use AI and automation to streamline processes, cut costs, and ultimately boost profits. Okay, let's get into building our knowledge-based AI agent. For this video, I'm going to take a scenario so it's easier for you to follow along. Let's imagine you are a law firm called Justice IP, specializing in intellectual property such as trademarks, copyrights, and patents. As with most law firms, Justice IP possesses a wealth of proprietary information spanning across hundreds of documents. Now, the customer service team at Justice IP did some analysis and found out that 70% of their clients emailed them about the same basic questions like what is a trademark, or what are the benefits of having a trademark, or I want to file for a trademark, so how do I find out if my company name is available or not, and so on. Answering these questions takes away bulk of the paralegal's time, and so they are looking for a solution for resource optimization. So, based on the above information, we will build an AI agent that can 1. Answer user questions from Justice IP's proprietary knowledge base. 2. If the AI agent cannot answer the question, it will share the support email address with the user, so they can ask questions. And third is connect with the USPTO database to check if the name is available for trademark or not. Okay, so here's the plan of action. Step 1, upload Justice IP's knowledge base documents to ensure that the AI agent is trained specifically to provide answers only from these resources. Step 2, develop an AI agent to answer questions from the knowledge base. Step 3 is to connect the AI agent to USPTO database to check trademark availability. And step 4 is once the AI agent is operational, add it to the Justice IP's website so it's easily accessible to the users. Okay, let's go to step 1, uploading the knowledge base. To build the AI agent, we'll use a platform called Voiceflow. It's a top-notch AI platform and is even popular with big companies like Amazon, JP Morgan, BMW, to name a few, for creating their AI agents, so you are in good hands. Also, Voiceflow offers a free sandbox plan that includes 100,000 credits, so you can sign up and follow along with me. Now, I want to mention that this video is not sponsored by Voiceflow or anyone. I'm recommending Voiceflow because I've used it myself and I like its features. You can easily build simple to very complex AI agents. That said, if you prefer a different bot building platform, feel free to use that instead. Okay, for the knowledge base, I will be using these 2 PDF documents, but you can use multiple documents as well. Also, if you want to follow along with this video, you can find the PDF documents plus all the prompts, templates, etc. I've used in this video in the resource hub. I'll leave a link in the description. So now once you log in, navigate to the resource section and select the relevant video. Once you're there, you'll be able to access all the resources that I've mentioned in this video. Also, please note that the quality of your knowledge base document is very, very important, as the AI agent will use this to train and answer questions. So please ensure that the documents are comprehensive and detailed, covering most scenarios. If the documents are not well prepared, the answers from the AI agent will also be poor. Make sure that the knowledge base documents are of the highest quality to get the best results from your agent. Okay, let me give you a quick walkthrough of the Voiceflow platform, and then let's get started with building our AI agent. All right, so first of all, let's go to voiceflow.com. Once you're here, you can actually click on login. So I already have an account with Voiceflow, but if you don't have an account and you want to create one, you can actually use Facebook, or you can use Google, or you can just use email and create an account. Okay, so let's log in. Okay, so once you're here, you come to, this is the dashboard section. This is where you can actually see all your AI assistants, whatever you created, okay, right here. And on the left hand side, you will have a company name, in my case, or a workspace name. In my case, it's FlipBytes, but in your case, it's your company name or whatever you want to keep it. Okay, so the other section is, so assistants, as I said, basically you can see all the assistants right here under this tab. Under team, you can actually have, all your team members. You should be able to see it right here. And in the learn section, this is where you actually can learn, and you can sort of level up your education about Voiceflow if you want to create more bots and you want to know exactly how to do them. So Voiceflow has some nice tutorials which can guide you step by step. All right. The other section is templates. So in the template section, you can actually, these are pre-made templates, and you can use them. So you can see and explore. All right. After this is, then you have the regular Discord community. You have help, settings, and the regular sections. Okay. So let's go back to assistants, and in this section, so this is where you actually create a new assistant. So I'm going to create a new one. Since our website name is Justice IP, which you're working for, so let's call this Justice IP. All right, so we'll name the AI agent same, and in modality it should be voice or chat. So I'm going to go with chat right now, and language is English. Continue, and then of course, if you, this is where you manage permissions if you want to. In my case, there is just one person, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and create the assistant. Okay, so this is the designer section. This is where you will create the AI assistant. All right. On the left hand side, you have knowledge base. So I'm going to take you through the section really quickly. Okay. So knowledge base is a section where you train your chatbot. If you have a proprietary data, you probably have some URLs, some PDFs, some text documents, some docs, whatever it is. So you can all add it all out here. So this is the section, whatever you put out here, this is what the bot is going to use to train itself and then answer questions. Okay, so I have these two documents which I got off the internet. These are about trademarks. I really don't know exactly the in-depth of it, but this is for demonstration purposes only. So, the whole idea is that I'm going to train the bot on these two documents, and then we will ask questions and it should respond from within the documents. Okay. So in order to upload the documents, just let's go to data source, PDF, and then should open that. Yes. So these are the two documents. I'm just going to open them, and now it's loading. Okay, great. So now the documents have been loaded, and the knowledge base is ready. So now let's go back to designer. So in the designer section, you have on the top, you have topics. So topics are basically, these are windows, right? So let's say if you are making an AI assistant, so it has one component which is lead generation, then it has customer service, then it has, let's say, feedback. To make it clean and more organized, you can actually have different pages. So that can be topics, right? So you can actually add 1 or 2 or 3 depending on how big your AI assistant is. So in this bot, you have a share option. So you can always also invite your team members. So you don't have to build this whole thing alone. Let's say you have 4 or 5 team members and you want to invite them so that collectively you want to work towards different sections of the AI assistant. You can do that easily. And then, of course, you can leave notes for your team members. Then you can even add images and video, comments, etc. Variables. We'll work with variables once we get into building the AI assistant. We'll work with variables as well. So I'm going to explain that. Okay, so that was a quick overview. Next, we come to step 2, where we develop the AI agent using Voiceflow. Now let's dive down into actually building the bot. All right, so that's the start section. What I'm going to do is, this is the designer section. If you're working on the computer, the designer section is a little small. So just go on Voiceflow, this one, and then click on hide UI. And now it expands. So you can easily work on this. Okay. All right. So the first thing we'll do is we want the AI agent to greet our user, right? Say, hey, my name is Beth from Justice IP. I'm Justice IP's legal assistant or AI assistant. How can I help you today? Okay. So for that, we have something called a text element. So we'll add that, and we can start off by saying, hi, my name is Beth. I am Justice IP's AI assistant. Okay, Justice IP's. All right, so Justice IP's AI assistant, and then let's use another one so that doesn't get very cramped. Okay, so we will use another text element right here. How can I help you today? All right. So another thing which I wanted to actually tell you is that how can I help you today? This you can generate. So you can use AI to generate different variations of this particular one. So, when a user comes again and again to the bot, it is not the same mundane and repetitive message, right? So we can actually generate variations of it. So let's say if you want to generate 3 variations of it. So let's generate that. How can I help you today? What can I do for you today? How may I assist you today? So all of these, right? So once you are, so I like all three of them. If you're okay with that, then you have command enter to accept all, okay? So I'm just going to accept all of them. So now what happens is that every time an agent, a user comes in and starts asking questions and everything, so he'll be greeted in different ways. So once it'll be, hi, I'm Beth. How can I help you today? And the next time it can be, hi, I'm Beth. What can I do for you today? So there's a little bit of variation. Okay, let's run it and test. Oh, sorry. You need to connect the path as well, which I totally forgot about. Okay, so you have to connect it out here. That's it. Simple connection. All right. Now let's run this. You can run it from here as well. Run test. Hi, my name is Beth. I'm Justice IP's AI assistant. What can I do for you? Perfect. All right, so it's working fine. So next is that once you greet the user, you want to know exactly what he wants. So now you use a capture step. All right, so once you go here, listen, and then there's something called capture. So capture is after this, you just connect to this thing. And this is entire user reply and last utterance. Okay, so this is now variables. All right, so what is last utterance? Last utterance is that whatever the user enters. All right, so when we say, hi, I'm Beth, how can I help you today? So when the user enters, hey, I'm looking for how to file for a trademark, or what exactly is a trademark. So all of these, sentences, they are the user replies basically, which will be stored in the last utterance, and then we'll be using that later on. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. So for now, basically, last utterance is something which actually is captures the user's input. All right. So, okay. So now we have captured user utterance. Okay. The next thing is that we want to use AI to give a response. Okay, to the user questions. Basically, that's the whole idea, right? So when you actually have the AI should respond to the user questions. So let's go to AI and we'll put a response thing out here. And then in the AI response, we have two data sources. So in our case, what we'll use is we'll use the knowledge base, in the response AI. So now we have to actually give instructions. So this AI is, the instruction is nothing but a prompt. Okay, so I'm just going to take you to, I've created this prompt and I've used ChatGPT to create this prompt. So it's pretty straightforward. Your name is Beth and you are an assistant at Justice IP specializing in trademark law. Your main responsibility is to assist users with inquiries related to trademark and intellectual property. Your role involves and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be sharing this particular document with you. I'll be sharing the template as well, the Voiceflow template, as well as the prompts. So that's in my resource hub, and I'm going to drop a link in the description. Basically, prompt is nothing but you're telling AI that this is the persona of a person, and the persona of the person is that she is an expert. Like in our case, Beth is an expert in trademark law and she works for Justice IP. So help users with all the questions related to that, and obviously don't make up information because it's an AI. So we need to make sure that, okay, it only references the knowledge base and doesn't go out on the internet like Google and everything and get answers from there. So all of this information you can actually add in the prompt and then create that prompt. Okay, so that's what I've done out here. And once you give this instructions to ChatGPT, it will generate the prompt for you, which you can use. So right now what we'll do is we will copy this and we will paste it in our instruction section right here. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, in the question you can say, please help the user with this question. Okay, and this is where so you're telling the AI that please help the user with this question, and then open the bracket, small one, and this is where we will put the last utterance. So if you remember, last utterance was the variable where we actually stored the user response. So let's say if the user wants details on what is a trademark, so in the last utterance it'll be what is a trademark, and that is given to the AI, which will use that what is a trademark question and goes and looks up the knowledge base documents and then finds that answer and gives it back. So we'll see that right now. Okay, so we can actually preview that. Let's say in the last utterance value is what is a trademark. Okay, and once we generate that, okay, in the response preview, you can see a trademark is a sign used by a person in course of a business or trade to distinguish his goods and service from those of other traders. Okay, so this is the response preview basically which the AI has done. So AI has actually went to the knowledge base, looked at the documents, and then after that found this answer and it's giving back. Okay, so this is working fine. And what we'll do now is, okay, so now let's connect that. And then what we want to do is we'll actually loop this. So now what it does is that it keeps on asking questions after questions. Okay, so let's run this scenario and see how this looks. Okay, and run it. So right now it's out here. Hi, my name is Beth. I'm Justice IP's AI assistant. How can I help you today? So we can say something like, what is a trademark? All right, so let's see what it responds. Now it's going here. Now it's going to the knowledge section and it responds back. Another thing I want to tell you is that this AI response, these model using 3.5 and all this data, this is only available when you're developing the AI chatbot. Okay, so once it actually is deployed on your website, you won't see that, or none of your users will see this. So this is just to give you an idea that, okay, once you're developing this, how many tokens are being used, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we can always switch that off. I've just kept that, but if you want to switch it off, you can actually switch it off the debug mode and it'll go away. So if you want, now it's gone, right? So I want it basically so at least we know what's going on with the details. All right, so now it says a trademark is a sign used by a person, so it has already responded back. Okay, now it's gone back to this thing. So now let me ask another question, saying that how do I file for a trademark? Okay, and now it's again looking at the knowledge base and getting the answer for you. And there you go. To file for a trademark, you need to provide the name and the address of the applicant, a clear graphical representation of the mark, and so on. So it's looked up the data, the knowledge base, and it has responded with an answer. And now again, we have put that in a loop, so it'll keep on answering questions and everything. The user can ask questions and it'll keep on answering. Okay, so this is the simple customer service bot we just created right now. No, it goes and references the knowledge base, whatever your knowledge base is. So it can be 2 documents, it can be 200 documents. It doesn't matter. On a side note, I hope you're getting some value out of this video, and if you are, please click the like button. It really supports this channel and helps me create free content like this for you. Also, I love automation, and on this channel, my goal is to create many more videos where I show you step by step how to use AI for automating mundane and repetitive tasks for your business. So if you're interested in this topic, hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out when I post a new video. Lastly, I'm excited to announce my free 20-minute consulting call giveaway. If you are interested in winning a chance to chat with me about using AI in your business, here's your opportunity. To enter the giveaway, simply leave a comment on this video and tell me how you are using AI or intend to use AI in your business and what challenges you're currently facing. I'm really keen to understand and learn about your experiences and struggles with AI. I've added the giveaway instructions in the pinned comments below this video. I'll select one winner on the first Friday of every month. So this giveaway is ongoing. Even if you're watching this video 10 months from now, you'll still have a chance to win a free consulting call with me or one of my team members. So go ahead and leave your comment below. I'll respond to you and add your username to the pinned comment. I look forward to connecting with you. Okay, let's get back to our video. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll modify this a little bit, wherein we'll add one more aspect to this. Right now it's just answering questions, but what if the user wants to know if a trademark is available or not? So let's say a trademark for Apple. Is Apple available? Can I trademark Apple? So for that, what we'll do is we will actually use something called API. What we'll do is it'll go to the USPTO website, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. It'll go out there and check whether this particular name is available or not, and then return saying, hey, it is available or it's not available. For this particular customer service chatbot, this is what we'll do. So we already have the knowledge base right now, okay? And we will add one more functionality, which is when the user queries, the bot will actually goes and open the connection with USPTO database and sees whether this particular name is available or not, and then return that and tell that user, okay? And we will use AI to kind of formulate that response. All right, okay. So the next thing is that we will actually create a choice step. All right, a choice step is basically to give different options. So let's go to the choice step. All right, and this is listening to intent. Okay, so in this case, listing users. So what we can do is path 1, We can create a new intent. An intent can be find trademark availability. Okay, so it can be, the name is find trademark availability, and description is to find trademark availability from the USPTO database. All right. So now utterances. What do you think the user going to use to actually initiate the search query? So it can be this one, find trademark availability. That's been the first one. Second thing can be, is this trademark available? Okay, so there can be another one. Please find trademark. So these are the queries which the user probably would use to find trademark availability. So that's pretty much it. And then what we can do is, the first three we've given to give AI some sort of like a guiding light, and then we can say generate 5 more sample phrases. All right, so let's do the generation. And now it's generated this thing. Can you please check if the trademark is available? Is the trademark I want available? And so on and so forth. So it's generated these 5. And you can see the utterances out here. This is in green. This is where the AI will capture the intent. All right. So find trademark availability, and we are done with this. All right. So the next thing is that, so we have already had find trademark availability. We can actually add one more choice out here. Add choice. So we can add another one. Leave feedback for your service. So for leaving a review, person can say, I want to leave feedback. Happy with your service. Things like that, right? And then we can actually generate some more utterances. So these are 5 more, so that the AI can find it easily, what the user intent is. All right, so then again, your service is fantastic. Where can I leave a review? I'm happy with your service, and so on and so forth. All right, so any of these things, any of this intent basically will trigger this particular function. Okay, and so let's create the intent, and now we have it out here. Okay, and so we can create many more choices. And then what we can do is, again, if there is a no match, okay, no match, and this we want to go. Now we'll actually connect this to the knowledge base. So the whole idea is that once the user is greeted, he has a choice. So once, let's say, for example, if he wants to do trademark availability, it'll go to this particular function. If he wants to leave a review, it goes to this particular function. Or if he doesn't do anything, and if he says, hey, I'm looking for what exactly is a trademark, or how to file a trademark. If none of these intents are matched, then it'll go to a no match, and in which case we will connect that to the knowledge base so that it starts answering questions from the knowledge base. Okay, so this is what we do right now. So what we can do is we can just delete this section. We don't need this right here. This is the one, and this gets connected to this right here. Okay, so it already has a prompt. Okay, so what we'll do is, now we have created this thing. Let's create the intent right now. So, all right, so let's create a new intent. And what is this intent? Find trademark availability. And then we'll actually create everything out here. So now when the user actually, ask anything about trademark, whether it's available or not, it will automatically route to this particular portion. Okay, so we can actually create the whole workflow for trademark availability right here. So let's test this. And what I can do is trademark actions, go to intent, and then you can select which intent it is. Find trademark availability. Okay, so now in this case, let's add a simple text box just to know that it's starting off, it's coming to the right place. All right. Okay, so now this is it. So now let's run this and see the intent. Run. I'll say find trademark availability, and it should actually go here, right here. That's it. So it says, hi, you earned trademark availability. Perfect. So it's working fine. So it's finding the intent. And if in case, let's retest this thing. And if I say something else, I can say, what is a trademark? If I say what is a trademark, now what it should happen is it should not go to the trademark availability section. It should automatically go to no match because it's not a match, and it should answer this from the knowledge base. So let's see what happens. It's going there. Yes, it's working fine. And then it's our trademark. So it is going to the knowledge base now and it's answering the question. So perfect. This is working very well. So, okay, so let's now expand on the trademark availability section. Let's delete that. So once the control comes here, we need to ask that what exactly is the name. So we can actually put in a task. Please provide the name for which you want to check the trademark. And then we can actually generate some utterances as well. Kindly provide the name and okay. So this is done. Now next step is basically that we need to capture the user response. All right, so we will use a capture. Go to capture. So let's test this actually. So I'll say right now, please provide a name for which you want to check for trademark. And then of course, so now it's accepting the response. All right. And as before, it goes into the last utterance. So the next is we will open an API connection. Now the API is it is what will go to the USPTO database and get the data from there, whether Amazon or Apple is available or not. That brings me to step 3, which is to connect the USPTO API to the AI agent. Let me just actually take you to. So the API which we'll be using is called Rapid API. All right, and then once you go to Rapid API, go to USPTO. And you can see this is the free one. All you need to do is just create an account, and at least I think for testing it's free. So if you want to follow along, that is, if you go to this particular section, so this is what it is, right? So what it does is finds out whether a trademark is available or not. So once you go to the trademark availability function, you can see out here that is, don't worry the code and everything, okay? And you go down and this is a keyword. All right, so it's Amazon. So let's say instead of Amazon, if you want to find out what should I say, let's say you want to find Skydream or something very arbitrary. I know that's a very weird thing, but Skydream, let's see if that is available or not. Okay, and let's see. Okay, and just say test endpoints. All right, so now it's going to find out whether Skydream is available or not, and then it's a success. And you can see that this is what the response is. Okay, keyword Skydream available. Oh, it's not available. All right, so let's test something else. Let's say flip bytes. All right, so whether it's available or not, test it. And it's available. Yes, it's available. Let's text another one. Amazon. Let's see, Amazon is available or not. No. Okay, so perfect. So this is how the API works. Okay, and what we need to do is we want the same functionality now incorporated in our chatbot. That's what we are planning to do. Okay, so since I've showed it to you, and so you can see the URL out here. You have a URL, you have API keys, you have all of those host things, everything is out here, okay? So what we'll do is we will try to incorporate this within our Voiceflow chatbot system. All right, so now let's do that. Okay, so now we will introduce the API step, all right? So next, let's connect this to the API, and there is something called under dev, you have API, so let's connect that. And in API, there is, let's open that. So there are 3 sections, okay? So you have headers, you have parameters, and you have the URL. Now, every API is different, and that documentation you need to see. But in our case, you have, we have the URL, we have an API key, and we have an API host. So I'm gonna add all of these things out here. Okay, perfect. So now we have that. So we have the API. So if you go out here, you have the API URL, okay? Generally, in most of the cases, whether, whatever API you use, they have their own documentation. So in some cases you have headers, in some cases you just have everything in URL. So you need to check out what API you're using and what exactly is the documentation on that. But in our case, we have a URL and it takes the last utterance. The last utterance is what we capture from the user. So in this case, it would be the name of the company. He wants to check for the trademark, right? And that goes into the USPTO, so this particular URL, and it'll go to the USPTO database through an API and see if in case it's available or not. And in this case, we have put in the headers as well, and we are ready to test it. So, okay, so let's send the request. Last utterance, what is, so again, as I said, Skydream. Okay, so we want to check if it's available or not, generate that. And it's saying, okay, so this is the body saying, no, it's not available. All right. let's retest it with something else so that we know. Test it again with flip bytes. But I'm going to put another one called Sheraton. That's all right. And let's generate. And it's available. So this is the output, okay? Perfect. And this is the output which is coming back from the USPTO database saying that, hey, it's available or not available. Okay. Okay, so next what we need to do is we need to capture the response. So we already tested the response is coming, but where do we capture this? And for that we use a variable, right? Like last utterance is a variable which actually captures the response from a user. We can create a new variable. So you have different variables out here. So I can say something like create a new variable, and we can say API response. This is a variable, okay? So this is create a variable. And what we've done is that whatever we get back from the USPTO database, all right, via an API, it'll go into this particular variable. So you can create anything. You can call it whatever you want. It can be API response. It can be, order update, whatever it is that you want to do. And in this case, you can actually just put in response here. That's it. Okay. And I think we're good to go for this. All right. All right. Now, next is that once this variable comes in, it comes in a format which is a format called JSON. And a lot of AI systems, they cannot understand JSON directly. So what we generally need to do is we need to actually convert that JSON format into a string format or a text format so that we can feed that to the AI for it to understand. All right. And ultimately our aim is that once the user actually says, hey, I'm looking for, can you please tell me if Shutterturf or whether Amazon is available or not in trademark, it should return in a human readable format, not in a format like this, right? If you get a response in this format, this is not very user friendly. So what we need to do is we will actually use this and we will give it to the AI and tell that, okay, you know what? Use this response which has come from the API and put in a human readable format. So it's easier for people to understand whether it's available or not available. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do. And for that, basically what we need to do is we need to convert this into a text format. And that's what we'll do right now. So the next step is basically that we will, if it's a success, let's go to JavaScript and we'll write a small function which actually converts this particular format into a plain text. All right. So you can just copy it if you want. That's perfectly fine. If in case let's say you're following along, by all means, you can just copy this and this should work. So we will actually, we've already created that variable. So we'll copy AI response is equal to, there is something called JSON. Don't worry about this. Actually, just copy it directly. So in our API response underscore response, we already have that output, right? Which is all brackets and everything. So what this particular function is doing is it's telling JSON.stringify. It is basically converting that into simple string or text, and that we will give to the AI so that AI can actually convert this into a human readable format. All right. So this is done. So what we'll do is after this, let's put in a set AI step. Okay. So what we can do is enter the label. So we can say summarize trademark response. AI model is fine. And then we need to enter a prompt, okay, and applies to. So now this is the prompt basically. So we need to actually tell, that AI that you are a trademark specialist and that when you get this response, please convert this into a human readable format so people can understand easily. And for that, I have written this prompt. Okay, and you can see this. You are a trademark expert and have been tasked with informing a client about availability of a specific trademark. And then it is taking API response as a parameter. So which has already been converted into text. Okay. And you can read through this basically. So we've already given an example saying that if it's available, say congratulations, the trademark you're looking for is available. And if in case it's not, then you can say sorry. So let's do one thing. So in order to debug, what we can do is, it's always a good practice just to do this for the time being. Let's see what is coming in. Okay. So we can just say API response right here. So it will actually dump this, like what exactly is it receiving from the API and what is going into the AI. All right. And then what we can do is, this is fine. And one more thing. So it applies to, now again, API response, we use this variable to store this data once from the API, right? Now we have to store this particular data. So we can create another variable. Let's call it API output. All right. So create variable. So now when the response from the API, once it generates the response, is going to put it into that API output. All right. And now what we can do is we can actually output this into a text file. So let's put this text, and we can actually output same thing. Can be API output. Okay. So essentially what is happening is now your API is getting activated. It returns a request. This JavaScript functions converts this into text, which is given to the AI, and then AI generates a response and puts that into an API output. Okay. So the next step is, let's test this really quick, using these steps. So let's run this and switch off the debug mode. I don't want that. Okay. Kindly provide a full trademark name. So I'm going to use Apple. Let's see if this is Apple or not. Okay, so keyword Apple available, no. So now if you can see out here, it comes and it outputted API response is this, and then this is what is gone into the AI, and then AI's output is this. Okay, according to API call result, the trademark you are interested in Apple is currently unavailable. Okay, so I don't think I like the according to API call result, so we need to actually modify the prompt. So we need to play around with the prompt, and I'm going to do that to say that don't say according to this or that, just say that it's available or not. Okay, I've added, don't add according to this, etc. in the response. Okay, it maybe we need to actually play around with this a couple of times to just get the output. But let's check out. So if I test this again, please provide a name. So let's say Barclays. Okay. So now goes, checks keyword Barclays available in this thing. I'm sorry to inform you that the trademark you're interested in for the search term Barclays is already taken and available. So this is much better now. So this is the output actually which we get from the API, and now once that output is given to AI, this is more human readable. Okay. So perfect. Now this is working fine. Okay. So let's go back and let's go to the next step. Okay, so this section is pretty much complete. What we can do is we can actually add another text box out here saying that, sorry, could not get the data from the API if in case it fails. All right. And what we can do is, so at this point of time, we'll just go here and finish off. So what we can do is we can actually add a block saying that, is there anything else I can help you with? I'm going to add a text block here, right in the middle. Is there anything else I can help you with? All right. And then we can actually generate some more. Okay. Okay, so now what we do is we connect everything. So this is right in the middle, so we can actually loop it out. Okay, and once this is outputted, let's connect with this. This also we can connect with this, and this also we can connect with this also. So, and then this is, we can do one thing, we can connect with this. Okay, which what it means is that, so once this finishes off, if it's a success, it'll come and ask the user if there is anything else we can help them with. If in case it fails, again it comes back to the same loop, and if in case it does not find anything, it will actually, after the knowledge base as well, basically come back to the same thing. Okay, so let's test this whole thing. Let's run it and see if it's working fine or not. Okay, so let's run this test. Hi, my name is Beth. I'm Justice IP's AI assistant. How may I assist you? Okay, so first of all, I'll ask that how do I file for a trademark? What is the procedure? What is the procedure? Okay, so it should ideally go to the knowledge base now. Perfect. And it actually outputs that, saying that, hey, to file for a trademark, you need to provide a name, address, blah, blah, blah. So all these things are taken care of. Do you need further assistance? All right, so it's gone back down to this place. Okay, so I want to actually add one more thing. This is getting too, as you can see, it's getting too complicated and too many lines running around. So what we can do is actually we can rename this block as well. So we can say back to main loop. Okay, and once we actually do this, then instead of putting the lines like this wherever you are getting this, let's remove this as well. Okay, so what we can do is after this, once it goes here, you can say actions and go to block, back to main loop. All right, so same here with this. So this is much more cleaner. Go to block, back to main loop. So now what it means is that once it comes here, it'll automatically go here. Okay, and the main loop actually goes here directly. Okay, and I think this is all there is to it. All right, so now let's run this and test if in case it's working fine. We don't have anything for leave feedback. This is just a placeholder. But in the follow-on videos, what I can do is I can create a video which only does leave feedback, and maybe I can add one or two more functions. All right, so let's run this and see how this works. All right, so run test. Hi, my name is Beth. I'm Justice IP's AI assistant. How may I help you today? So I'm going to say find trademark availability. Okay, so now it's gone to that. It's just gone to that intent. Now it's saying, please provide me the name for which you want to check for trademark. And let's say Lehman, L-E-H-M-A-N, Lehman. Okay, and let's see what comes back. Okay, keyword Lehman available. Unfortunately, the trademark you're searching for Lehman is not available. Can I assist with anything else? Okay, one more thing. So this particular one, so now we already have done this, so I can get rid of this particular text response, so we don't need this response. This much is fine, unfortunately. So it's perfectly working. Can I assist you with anything else? And let's say if I say that, so how do I file for a trademark? So ideally now it should go and it'll find all these things. It will not find this thing, so this should go to no match, and then it should get this response from the knowledge base. So let's see what happens. And now it's okay, perfect. So now it's there. It's come here and it says, okay, to file for a trademark, you need to provide the name, blah, 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 and everything. So this is working perfectly fine, okay? So we've done only one intent. You can add any number of intents you want in this particular choice box. So we have done lead feedback and lead generation. So these are just placeholders right now. In the follow-on videos, I can actually create these. But if in case you want to add more intents as well, you can add that, and then you just can create those intents, the workflow of the intents, and then connect them. So when the bot starts off, it knows exactly where to go. Finally, our AI agent is now operational, and this brings me to step 4, which is that we will deploy the AI agent to the Justice IP's website. So let's do that now. Okay, so this is the website which I had created. This is a dummy website. It doesn't exist. Okay, and what I'll do is now I'll create a chat bubble here. So when a user comes in, he can actually click on the chat bubble and then converse with the AI to get all the information. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is we will go and publish the bot. Just say publish. So this is the best part of using Voiceflow. It's super easy. They make publishing the chatbot very, very simple. Okay, so what we can do is just say version 1 so that you can actually know exactly which version this is, and if in case you want to make some changes, you can always update it to version 2 and then deploy it. So now it's publishing at this point of time. You can see that 34%. Okay, so it's ready and I'm already done. So embed widget. All right, so now we are in the publish section. Okay, and this is the code which we need to actually input, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And so if you go down, you can actually customize the look and feel as well. So if in general it says starting template web chat, and then in appearance you can actually change. You can upload your own image, or you can change the colors. All right, so my sample website which we have, it has these colors basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up the colors. So it actually is a little better. Let's pick up this color. Okay, let's go back, and what we can do is we can actually change the color here. So I can say hex, this is the one, and there you go. See, just like that, the whole thing changed. All right, so, and this is the sample, this is how it's coming. And you can upload your logo as well. Not the best one, but well, you get the point. Let's see, this is again the same thing. Okay, not bad. So now I've updated the colors and sort of an avatar as well. So it looks much better, right? Okay, so this is done. The next thing is that we need to deploy this on our website. So we'll pick up this code. So what I'm using is, for our dummy website, we are using WordPress. So in WordPress, there's a header and footer section. So most websites, whether you use WordPress or Wix, or even if you have let's say you have a custom website, so there is a head section and there is a body section, okay? This code needs to go on every page in the body section, okay? And that's what we'll do in the head section. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it out here. This is the code which I got from this thing. So just copy this from Voiceflow and then paste it out here, or maybe not in the head. So let's put it in the body, okay? All right, and that's it basically. So then there's a footer code as well. This is a plugin in WordPress. It is called head and footer codes. In case you want, if you're using WordPress, you can use this, and just say save changes. And let's see if in case we get that chat bubble. All right, and there you go. There's the chat bubble right here. You can see that. And now if we fire this up, and you can starting template, web chat. Of course, we can actually customize all of this information. Hi, my name is Beth. I'm Justice IP assistant. And then I can say, let's see. So I can say find trademark availability. Okay. And now it's doing this. Please provide a name. So let's say, I'll say Apple. I've already done Apple and Amazon a lot of times. And let's think of a different name. Let's say WordPress. Oh, okay, so it's not available. And this keyword, we need to remove this. I forgot that. So I'm just going to go back and remove that. This is just for testing purposes. We didn't need this. But anyway, so can I assist? So it's working perfectly fine. Can I assist you with anything else today? How do I file for a trademark application? So how do I file for a trademark application? Let's see how that works. And that's it. We have now created a customer service AI agent that can quickly and efficiently answer most of Justice IP's client questions, as well as save them time, resources, and money. Okay. So you can use this video and build your own AI agent for your business, or if you want us to create it for you, check out my AI automation agency, FlipBytes. I'll drop all the links in the description. Also, remember to subscribe if you like this kind of content, and leave a comment for a chance to win a 20-minute free consulting call with me. Here are some additional videos that I'm sure you'll find very useful. I can't wait to see you in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.